attempt all those things, which is good. And I can see he has used where clause and in and where rating and yep. I think Rajesh, you have nailed it. All yeah.
Thank you.
Mary,
Yeah.
Mary select star from film where greater than 2.99. Yep. Payment. And yep. Good, sir. I think you have attempted all. Last one is select staff ID from staff where email is equal to null. Yes, he is not null. The same thing. Yeah. But when we practice now, when we create a table and all, intentionally we will leave some of the rows as null so that we can run those command and see how the null results are captured. Okay, in a statement. Okay, so ERD, you guys know entity relationship, right? So it shows the relationship with tables. Uh, this is the map. How do you know, guys, right? How to launch the ERD? You have to go to first. You need to select a database here. For example, if I select this one, you can right click and you have ERD for database. Okay, you can click this way to get a picture of your table. Okay, you can maximize, minimize, something like this, and then you can go through your relation, how this table and this table is related here. So if there is an arrow here, so that means maybe one of the columns here are matching with the this one. Okay, like for example, we have store ID. Okay, and store ID, yeah, see, you can see the store ID here. Okay, even if one column is matching here, definitely you can track and pull other information based on this store ID. Okay, for staffing, who I mean, which staff was working with that customer, or who was replying, or who handed over those DVDs to that customer, you can easily find out. Okay, based on the store ID. Okay, yeah, this is about this. So what today we're going to learn is I'll pick the college database here. Or I'll create a new one. Okay, for today's practice. Today's for day 2. Okay. Okay. So today's topic is create a table. Okay. Modify. Okay. Uh, drop. Modify. Drop. Alter. And yeah, I think these are the topics that today we'll cover. Okay. I think drop, modify, table, insert. Okay, inserting the data into a table manually. So we're gonna see all these things in today's class. Okay, let me run through a PPT. There is my PPT. Okay, so all this falls under DDL. Okay, data definition language. Create table, modify table, drop or delete. I'll show you the difference between drop and delete. Okay, drop means it will delete the schema also. Okay, whatever the skeleton you have created for a table with columns and all, that is called schema, that gets deleted. When you say delete table, okay, it will delete the content, but the schema will remain there itself. Okay, so that's the difference. I'll show you the difference. Constraints, schemas, and table partition. Okay, these are the other three content. If time persists, I'll continue this today, or we will continue tomorrow. Constraints, schemas, and table partition. We will spend some time on understanding the theoretical part of these three topics, and then we will do some hands-on. Okay, coming back to create table. Okay, so create table in simple term, you are creating a table in a database. Okay, it could be existing database, or it could be a new database. You are creating a new database, and then you are creating something inside that uh, database. Okay, so create, what is the syntax is create table and then table name. Okay, is used to define a new table in a database. It specifies column names, data type. Okay, these are very important. If you just mention column names and if you don't uh, mention the data type, what data type it will capture. Okay, for date and time, if you intentionally leave it, it doesn't know. Even some gibberish you type 112233, it will take. But if you want to maintain the proper consistency, right? You need to define a data types, okay, for each column names. And option constraint is primary key and not null. This also we'll see. Okay, when do you define this? Not null and all. Not null means without inserting any value, it will not accept a blank data. Okay, not null. I'll show you the example. Tables are the core structure where relational data is stored. Okay, so this is the first command that will run. Create database school. We'll create something called school. Okay, dummy. Okay, so I'll say create database ch school. Okay, so I'll create a dummy database. The application lost a database. Okay, is fine. Okay, I'll just select here. Okay, database created. Okay, now if I refresh here, okay, where is school is here. Now I want to select this one. So what I'll do is I'll drop here new connection, wherever it says database, drop and select school. Okay, that's it. Save it. Okay, so here you can see right now we have selected a school
Can you
database.
repeat it once again? Sorry, I missed.
Okay, first you need to create a database. Okay, all this time what we are doing is right clicking and creating. Now with a command, simple command, you can write create database, database name. Okay, whatever you want to demo or
Right.
whatever,
Yeah.
you create
Yeah.
one and you have to refresh here and then it will appear here school. Okay, and now here at the top the connection, wherever it says the connection, here you have to drop down, you have to click on new, and here you have something called database. Here you have to select school. Okay, school second one and then save it. That's it. Okay, otherwise what happens is if DVD rental is selected, if you are creating anything, that gets created under DVD rental. Okay, so this is purely we are doing practice. So I would suggest let's do anything under school, or you create anything, a university, and then you can create engineering university, medicine, medical, pharma. Okay, like that also you can create arts, science block, something like that. Okay, so this is the first command that we'll create, and now we'll create our table. Okay, So first we'll understand the syntax. Okay. So how do you create? So so the syntax, simple syntax is create table, table name. What I'll create students. Okay. Students is my table. Okay. And then open and close bracket. I'll click enter. Now here I have to add the columns. Generally, what are the columns we'll have? Student ID. Okay. Now I have to define a data type. What data type it will take? I'll say simple. If you remember, recall from last call, last session, I have implemented something called serial. Okay. Serial could be anything. Okay. You add one, say for example, your scale name is uh, 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 DPS, Delhi Public School. Okay. You can say DPS 001. Okay, and next one it will take is DPS 002, DPS 003. Okay, automatically it will take if you mention serial. Okay, so serial is for automatically taking the order. Okay, first column is student ID. Second one is first name. Okay, now what I want to use here is varchar. Okay, where care of if you give a limit how much limit your name is, I'll say 50. Otherwise no, if you don't give this, even without giving this also it will take. Okay, but this means unlimited. If someone types a b c d a z z z and all the gibberish, right, what happens, your database will populate all this gibberish data, and when it has to fetch it will take a lot of time. So that is why we always give a standard here. Okay, 50. And I'll say last name, last name varchar of 50. Okay, I'll give both 50 50. Okay, next one, date of birth. I'll say DOB, date of birth. Okay, now what I want to give, date type. Okay, and next one is email. Okay, email I can give varchar. Varchar will take this at the rate symbol. If you see the our email, I have something called Suren mail me at the rate gmail.com. Okay, so now what is the at the rate? It's a special character, right? So at the rate hash, all these things. Okay, you add in your email, right? Underscore at. Someone will add some exclamation and all that, right? So if you want to populate all those things in your database, you have to use varchar. Okay, it will string text will not take. You have to use varchar. I'll say varchar of 50 limit or 100. Okay, some 100. Okay, one, two, three, four, five. Okay, so 5 columns I'm creating. So I'll close this. Okay, and I will run this. Okay, so it says successfully done. Okay, now what is the next thing that we can run to validate? Simple, you say select star from students. Okay, you can see student ID is there, first name, last name, date of birth, and email. Okay, right now it is empty. I know because it's a new table we created. Okay, so it's like as good as you are creating a house. Okay, you have not populated bed, table, chairs, wardrobe, and all. Right. So we will do that in the next step. Okay, so right now we are done. So now we will learn about uh, modifying. Okay, next thing is modifying. Same table, we'll learn how to modify table. Table. Okay, the existing table, or we can say alter table. Okay, existing one. Okay. Now, what is alter table? Alter table is used to change the structure. I think it is there. Okay, so we created a table. Yeah, alter table is used to change the structure of an existing table without losing data. Okay, this is very important. Right now, if you notice, I have a empty rows. Nothing is there. What if I go to DVD rental and open films? Okay, now whatever the column names are there, film, actor, date, and all, right? So even if I change the first name to actor name, okay, actor last name, okay, it whatever the data we have there in those tables, it will not touch the data. It will touch only the schema, that is your titles, okay, column names in simple term. Okay, so you what you can do, add columns, modify column data types, rename columns, drop columns. Okay, so what is the command? So we can say alter table students. Okay, and then the next line you have to add uh, minute. Why there is a space? It is one line. Okay, I'll alter it later. Okay, add column. Okay, I'm adding a column number called phone number. If you see, I have added only 5 columns in the last command, so I'm going to add this. Okay, okay, so what I'll do is alter table. Okay, alter table, you need to mention table name. What is the table name? Students. Okay, this is a table I want to edit. Okay, change. Now I'll say add is adding a new column. Add column. Okay, what is the column name I want to add? I'll say uh, phone number. Okay, I'll say where care of 20. Okay, where care of 15. Okay, integer also you can give. If you remember, you have a area code. It starts with 91 slash your phone number, right? So that hash is there, no, that dash, that if you want to accommodate, you have to use varchar. If you
Or
need
maybe
only
the plus 91 symbol. The plus also is a,
correct,
yeah.
correct, plus 91 hash, people will write with the phone number 992244610 digit number. Okay, so that is the reason I've added 15.
Suren, just can we have a, there is a sub column in the sense, not a sub column actually. When they enter phone number, let's say we can have two things. One area code, that is a varchar, and then the phone number, which is an integer and limited to 10 integers. Can we do
Correct.
that?
Yes, you can do that. You can use with the varchar or you can use the integer also. You can see, you can bifurcate area code. Here you can have a area code and then phone number. So you can have separate also.
So it will have a two separate columns.
Correct. And then you can merge it. No, I guided you right in the first or second session. You can merge 2 columns to
Okay.
view the result. You can do that way also.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'll add this. So successfully done. Okay. Now again, I'll run this command to see whether this is added or not. Okay. You see, phone number is added here. Okay, so alter table will help you to add new columns. Okay, now we will learn next one is change data type for uh, this one. uh, See, right now I have given 15. I want to add 20. Okay, how do I do that? Okay, I'll take the same column, alter table students. Now here I have something called add column. Okay. Now what I'll use is alter column phone number varchar of 20. Okay. So add and alter, there is a difference. Adding is a new entry you are adding. Alter means existing one you are changing. Okay. Now you see it is right now 15. 15 to 20 I will append. Okay. So it is var alter column number varchar syntax here at varchar. Right? Did I make any mistake here? No, 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 not semicolon. Uh, phone number. I have to use type. Yeah. So I have to use the type. This one I forgot. Okay. Now if I run this again, you see altering existing column. Okay, earlier it was 15. I use alter column. Add column means adding a new entry. Another, if I add phone number, then I will add the business number, personal number. It will add two more. Okay, and alter column is to add. Sorry, to alter the existing column. Okay, that date type, or if you by mistakenly you have added that. Okay, and you want to change it, you can do with a simple command like this.
So we need to write two lines, basically alter table students from the and then alter column phone number. So we need to write two rows. The column, the query
No,
is
no,
it?
no. Alter column is when you think that you have made a mistake here and you want to alter it, then you will use alter. If you have already made a correct entry in the add column, no need to do. I'm telling you, you have this option also to change the existing column data type.
So we can directly write alter column the phone number instead of the above line the alter table students, right?
No, no. This is add column, sir.
No, no. The below one, the last but one,
This one,
140.
this is this is one command. Alter table students.
Oh, so
Alter
140 and 141 is completely one command. Okay.
one command. So you have to mention, you have to tell Postgres, you are doing a alteration for a student's table. You are altering a column called phone number, type varchar of 20. Earlier it was 15. Okay. Even if I add now again phone number, you see, one minute, not selected. Okay, it will throw an enter error because it's already exist phone number, so it will not allow me to make any changes. But here alter column phone number type, I can make some changes. Okay, if you see alter column from phone number type, successfully done. Okay, if I run this, you see 21.
So if I want to add alter or change in the two columns, can I continue just alter column and then comma and then another column name? Can I write it or I need to
So
write a different command altogether?
now these two are one command, sir. You can write it after this also. This is one line.
Okay. No, no, no.
This is
What I was asking is now we change the phone number characters, the basically number of correct, right?
Hmm.
And similarly, if I want to change the email to 150 characters, so can I just continue alter column phone number type and then email ID, email type varchar? Can I continue that?
Yes, yes. Instead of phone number, you can use email, and then varchar of 100 is there. You can say 120.
No, there are two columns I need to change instead of
Yeah,
just one column.
yeah. You put a comma here. After this varchar, you put a comma here, comma second column.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
You give it a
I
try,
need
no?
not use and command.
No, no. And is not required. That is only
Okay.
for where clause. Okay,
Okay.
condition. Here you will put a comma.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Okay, now we'll see rename a column. What is the rename column? I have a student ID, last name, email, phone number. Okay, in previous example, I have changed the data type to something. Now I have phone number. I want to change it to mobile number. Okay, how do I do that? I'll say alter table, table name students. Okay, students. Here instead of alter, I'll say rename. Rename column. Okay, what is the column name? Phone number to mobile number. Simple. Okay, alter table students. This table. What I'm renaming is column now. Okay, what is the column? Phone number. I don't like it. It should be as standard by. It should be as per standard is mobile number. So I'm changing it to mobile number. Simple. Nothing else. Okay, done. If I run this statement, select star, I'll just copy here. See, mobile number. The data type remains the same because we are not touching the data type here. So we are just changing the mobile. So what you're going to use is rename column, existing column to your desired name. Simple. Okay. Now, mm, now we'll learn how to drop a column. Okay, now we have how many columns? We have student ID, first name, last name, email, mobile number. Okay, now we learn how to drop a column. Okay, so I'll add one more here for time being. I'll say add. Where is add column? uh, okay, I will, instead of phone number, I'll say fax number. Okay, so I'll add fax number and I'll run this select statement to see. So I have fax number now. Okay, but now the architect comes back and says fax number is not required in a student ID. You need to have only six column, which is mobile number, email, date of birth, last name, first name, and student. Okay, I need to drop this fax number. Okay, so what is the command I'll use for dropping a column? Okay, drop. Okay, so I'll say alter table. Oh, what is the table name? Students. Okay, then I'll say drop column. Drop column. What is it? Fax underscore number. Okay, simple. Just I have to use drop column with the column name to drop from my existing table. Okay, and all this will you have to do it with alter table. Okay. Okay, done. If I run this, where is select star? Yeah, if I run this, you see now that table is dropped. Okay, sorry, that column is dropped from my table. Okay, this one. Now next one is drop delete table. Okay, now we'll learn about drop and delete table. What is drop table? Okay, so drop table completely removes the table structure. Now, what is table structure? This is a structure. Columns, and if you have any lines, if you just assume in what is that called, Excel, you have created one sheet, sheet one, and in that sheet one, you have some column and you have some rows, right? And in those rows, you have some data. Okay, when I give a command to Postgres database, drop table, table name students, it will remove everything, okay, with your data and your schema or table structure. We call it as table structure. This is a table structure. Okay, so that is the difference. Okay, and this action is irreversible. What does that mean? Once you delete, you cannot retrieve it, you cannot do a system restore or anything. Okay, so be careful, you have to use with caution. Okay, when you are doing in production database. Okay, in production environment, never do this delete or drop. Okay, after verifying, take a backup and then you have to execute. So what is the command? I'll say drop table. What is the table name? Students. Simple. Okay, done. If I say select star from students, okay, I'll not get anything. It says students does not exist. So we have dropped that table. Okay, simple command is to drop a table is students, sorry, drop table with the table name. Okay, and also you can write this in a different format. Okay, so for example, I'll just create uh, again this table. Okay, I'll just run this, then alter table with phone character. Okay, alter table, add phone number. This is not required. Mobile number. Okay, so I'll just run this. Let's see. Okay, now I have the table. Okay, I have this table. Now I want to travel. I'll write a command in such a way that with a if statement, if table exists, it will delete. Okay. So I can write that drop table. I'll use the expression called if exists student. First I'll write student. Okay. I know the table name is students, but I will run this to show you the detail. Okay, so it says notice does not exist skipping drop table, so it is not dropping anything. If I add as, okay, I didn't select the full thing. Okay, so it's done. If I run again this select statement, you'll see a difference. It is not found, does not exist. Okay, okay, now I'll show you one more thing. I'll create again this student table. Okay, phone number, I'll just add this also. Okay, now, okay, now we'll learn about inserting a data. Okay, till now we have seen how to create a table, how to alter the column names, data type, drop table, a delete table. Now we'll see how to insert a data. Okay. Now I have this table with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 columns. Okay. I'll see how to add a data. Okay. So what is the command I have to use is insert. Okay. Insert into. Okay. This is the syntax. Now which table? Students. Students. Okay. Insert into students. Now first thing, I have to add the column names. Okay, what are the column names I have? Okay, I'll just copy this to save time. Otherwise, if I have to type, it will take a lot of time. Okay, so I'll just add here. Okay, so you don't need serial and all, just the column. Okay, you need to remove this varchar and all that. You don't need all these things. Okay. So now I'm saying insert into students. I have 5 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Phone number also. Okay. Phone number. I'll just type it. Phone number. Okay. After phone number, in the next line, you have to say values. Okay. And the syntax is open and close braces. Now what is the first ID? Say for example my school name is some DPS. I'll say DPS 001. Okay, this is for the first column. First name, I'll say Ram. Okay, last name Kumar. Okay, then next is date of birth. I'll say uh, 1 2 2011. Okay, something. Next, date of birth, email. I'll say ram@gmail.com. Okay. Next one is phone number. I'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Some random number I've added. Okay. Now here, see if you see first name, last name, these are all varchar. Okay. So what we have to do here is student ID, right? It has to be in the codes. Okay. This one, this one. Okay, date also you can put. Okay, for number you can leave it. Okay, I'll run this. So it says invalid input syntax for type integer. See, we have declared this one student ID as an integer, so it is not taking. Okay, so we have to say varchar or something. That's okay. I'll just remove 001. Okay, and this. So it is successfully added. If I say select star from students and check. See, I have first entry here, the one which I've just added. Okay, so I'll say now, okay, I'll say Sham Kumar. Okay, this one I'll slightly change it to 4 12 sham@gmail.com, and number is I'll change it here and there. Okay. And I'll leave this as blank. Okay. Okay. Now you see invalid syntax for a integer. Okay. So you have to give that, otherwise it will not take 002. Okay. And insert 0 of 1. Now I have two records, Ram, Sham, and these are the details. Okay. Clear, guys? Yes, no? Okay. Okay. So insert we know. Uh, okay. And what else? What else? Yeah, we have time, right? We'll just go through one more topic here. This is the same things, guys. Okay. So whatever I just gave you the example, same thing I've mentioned here with the commands. Okay. You can try those. Okay. Drop table, drop students. Then you have constraints. Okay. Constraints we didn't touch. Okay. So we will how much time is there? 10 minutes is there. I think I'll continue this constraints, foreign key and primary key. Okay. I will continue tomorrow. Okay. This is very important. What constraints does is the constraints will help you uh, enforce your data integrity rules on table. Okay. So for example, I have created a table called courses. Okay. Under school. Okay. Course ID is there, course name, course fees, course code. And here I said serial. Serial is a data type, and here I am adding a concept called primary. Primary key means you cannot leave this column as blank when you insert some data. Okay, it has to have a data in a similar format. Okay, that is where we are enforcing the data integrity rules. Okay, and you can see uh, the primary key uniquely identifies rows, not null, prevent null values. Okay, if I say column not null, okay, so you cannot intentionally leave first name, last name, fees, code, and all. Okay, you have to fill. And unique, if I say comma unique, it says prevent duplicate values. Say for example, I have typed a course ID as uh, C001. Okay, and by mistakenly again I just copied something and I pasted there. So if I add this unique here after comma, then it will not take it will not take a duplicate values. Okay, so this is how in banking system, okay, they maintain all the integrity, okay, of the data. Check is enforces condition. Check if something, see here, course fee numeric 8 comma 2, okay, 2 decimal points. Okay, check course fee is greater than 0. So what that means is you cannot leave that column as 0. It has to be some number. Okay, you are doing a check here when you are creating a table. If you write a table, create a table with condition, even whoever is entering, okay, or we call them as EDP, electronic data processing or data entry operator, right? So he cannot leave those intentionally 0. It has to be two numbers. Okay, that is how you can maintain the consistency of your tables. Okay, and course ID unique. See, we'll create all these things tomorrow, guys. Okay, so for today, let me share this one. Okay, SQL practice 01. Okay, give me a minute. First, I'll share it. You can copy those commands and then okay. I have shared the files. You can save it and you can practice it. Okay. Uh, can someone download that file and see if they are able to see all this content, insert data and all? I just want to confirm because last time also it happened that of late I noticed that the I sent a wrong one. So just please check once. Save as. Change this to 03. Okay, so I think we are. I just shared both files. You just cross check which has all these things. Please practice it today or tomorrow before we join. Okay. So if you try once, right, you will get an idea. I'm telling you, you will get an idea. Okay. So you have to create a school database, and under that you have to create a table called students. Okay. If I go to school schemas and tables, I have a student table. Okay, and from here also you can do the changes here. Right click. Okay, query property. Okay, so for example, I have these variables. Okay, so for example, student ID segment. Okay, variables, security, value, constraints, definition. Okay, you can see I have a data type as integer. You can change it to whatever you want. Okay, without writing a query also. Okay, you can do from here also. Say for example, you have student ID, you can say identity. Okay, if I run this now, you see student ID is there. If I run student, you see, so those who are I mean okay with mouse clicks, they can also go through. But in real time, right, what happens is you will have lot of columns. Okay, so always keep that column in a sheet or Excel, copy paste and change it. I mean it will be real quick. You can do both way, this way, that way. Okay, so I think we are on top of the hour. You can stop the sharing, stop recording, Saib.